Guys, welcome back to Project Explained, and this is an episode courtesy of JJ. Yeah, he's a subscriber of ours called JJ. JJ asked a very important question, and I decided I'll do it as a video to respond to his question, and really to help everyone to be able to understand more about how to go about borehole. So, guys, stick around, watch till the end, and kindly remember to support the channel by subscribing, liking, and commenting. We're already at 120 subscribers. Thank you, guys. We're going, and let's embrace that, make this channel a great one. So JJ asked, which is the best type of quotation to go for when you want to drill a borehole? That is mostly for the client. And he asked, do you advise to go for rate per meter, or do you advise to go for a quotation like an itemized BOQ? Guys, JJ asked, which is the best method to go with, or which is the best approach to go with when you want to drill a borehole? And he had asked, should you go with the rate per meter, or should you go with an itemized BOQ? So in this episode, we are going to demystify that myth or faith. Let's see what happens, and I'm going to illustrate using a quotation that I have done for 100 meters. And after you've done the ball for 100 meters, what you get if you were to do the same ball at 150 meters, what the rate would be? Would the rate still be cheaper, or would the final works measurement or a certificate using the same itemized BOQ cheaper? So let's get into it. So from the video, as you can see, I've prepared a quotation for 100 meters, and those are the parameters that I've actually quoted. So there is a mobilization, provide for additives and water, drilling 215 for 100 meters. I've charged 3,000. Then anything below that, I've put at rate only, as you can see. Then I've charged for the casing, the gravel pack, development, test pumping, the recovery, and water quality analysis. I've also done a slab and registration of the borehole. So that's for 100 meters. So this is now an itemized BOQ. This is the BOQ. If you want to drill 100 meters, you come or you go to a driller and they'll give you this quotation. And this quotation, if you divide the 700,000 divided by 100, you get a rate per meter for meter at 7,000. So if you are to stick with the rate per meter and say now, I've agreed or I've negotiated this borehole to rate per meter at 7,000 or 6,500, whatever the rate you have, then you go ahead with it and say whatever the drilling goes to. Let's say, all these quotations for drilling are all provisional. All provisional means they can change in terms of quantity. The meters can go higher, can go lower. So in case these meters go higher, personally from experience and from what I've seen, rate per meter will always mess you up as a customer. But for the driller, you'll be saying yes, and you'll be smiling to the bank. So I'm not biased, but I want to talk to you who wants to drill, so that you'll be able to get full information. So me personally, I would advise you go for an itemized BOQ, and after you finish drilling, you go and do a final works measurement schedule. Yeah, final works measurement schedule. So this is how it goes. So we're going to change this same BOQ to 150 meters, and I'm going only to touch on three things. I'm going to touch on the drilling, casing, and gravel, nothing else. Those three things. The rest will remain the same, because those are the things that will change. So if you will drill 150 meters, we will add here 50 meters there. Then we will remove that, and we will make sure we have that formula there. You see it has reflected for the next 50 to be 155. Then I go to the casing. For 150 meters plain casing, you need 102 meters. sorry, 1 or 2 meters, and on the plotted you need 48 meters, and gravel you need 5 tons. That is the only thing that I've changed in that quotation. I've added the 50 meters, and I've added the casing 50 meters, and the gravel I've added 2 tons. Now, see, the new figure is 979,620 Kenya shillings. Now, if you use rate per meter for this ball, the same quotation that you agreed on now with the driller, you're going to do at 7,000 per meter from the initial quotation. Then this will be rate per meter now will be 7,000 times, it will be, let's do it, sorry, it will be 7,000, or you can just take this 7,000, multiply by 150 meters. You see what you get? You are getting 1 million plus. You see, you're getting 1,050,000. That is if you went with rate per meter. And now let's see if we went with the quotation, the same quotation now, this one, and do a final works measurement as I have done here, and see what we will have saved. So when calculating on final payment is done using a BOQ, this is what you save. You see, this is what you save. Now let's use this is use rate per meter per 100. Yes, now you've seen rate per meter 7,000. No, there's a mistake here. Let's remove this. No, I want us to rate per meter out this now. Let's say 9,000 divided by 150 meters. Sorry guys, 150 meters. So you see now the rate per meter has actually gone down. It has gone to 6,530 when you're using an itemized BOQ when you do a final works measurement. But if you went with the same rate that you agreed on as 7,000, you'll actually lose more, because you will tell you we agreed is 7,000 per meter, so it is 150 meters times 7,000. So you'll come and say 7,000 times 150, and you'll get 1,050,000. That is the money you will pay him if it was rate per meter. Now, what will you be saving if you go with itemized BOQ? You will save this minus this. See, you've saved a whole 70,000. A whole 70,000 just because you decided to go with an itemized BOQ and do a final certificate. So don't be held on saying, no, I want rate per meter 6,500 or 7,500 or whatever it you agree. Trust me, when that boreholes, it exceeds what you are budgeted for, rate per meter will really push you. It will really make you spend a lot of money. So make sure you get an itemized BOQ so that you'll be able to do a final works measurement. And I've told you only things that change in this is the actual drilling depth, the casing length, and the gravel. The rest will remain the same. All other things will be constant. But when it comes to rate per meter, my friend, you will pay a lot. So we can even try with the 200 meters. Let me put 200 meters and see. See, now we had 50, 200. So let's say we had budgeted for 7,000 per meter, for 100 meters, 700, but we decided to do 200 meters, or the water was not enough. So you end up doing 100. So you'll get, that is 140, that is 60, that is 7. Those are the only things that change. Only. So as you can see, rate per meter, this will be 12.5 divided by 100. You see, it's going down. At 150, the rate per meter was 65. At 200, is now 62. But if you went with rate per meter of the same that you agreed on, which is 7,000. It will cost you 7,000 multiplied by 200 meters is 1.4 million. My friend, you'll be losing 142,000 if you make it. Kindly, guys, drillers, don't throw straws at me. Don't throw stones at me. I'm just trying to educate people so that they can be able to weigh and gauge these things. So this is the best way to do it. Always get a quotation, agree on a rate that you're comfortable with, but do not go with the rate per meter. Just get the rate for your quotation. Then after you're done drilling, make sure now you go and do a final works measurement schedule or a certificate. That's where you get the quoted and the works done. And this is the quoted, this is the quoted, and this is the actual works done. So you end up saving and you end up getting value for your money. So if this has been helpful, kindly guys give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that we can learn more. It's in the evening. I hope the video will be clear. Yeah, and I decided to do this for you guys. So thank you for watching. I love you guys, and remember, please, call for action. Remember, subscribe. Thank you guys.